What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I just got back from vacation in Jamaica. We were in Jamaica here, and that's why kind of my face might look a little bit kind of like I got some sun, because I did. But I was still monitoring comms. I'm back now. I was still monitoring comms, and that's when this whole Silencer Central thing broke, with them trying to lobby, and all this paperwork and evidence came out that they were trying to lobby against, allegedly trying to lobby against the passage of the Hearing Protection Act. And we've seen this type of stuff before in the supposed true 2A community. Now, all the things I'm going to mention here, again, are alleged. People will sit here and remember the Springfield Armory thing, where they were lobbying lawmakers to basically, on a bill that would basically run their competition out of business, is the way I understand it. There was the Black Rifle Coffee Company controversy, where they had donated to Democrats or some stuff like that. There was this one with the Silencer Central. And I've been watching several videos, and I wanted to wait till I was back to give you my take on this. And I watched a very interesting one. I think, if I get it wrong, if you see this, Jason, and I get it wrong, let me know. But I think it was Jason at the Texas Gun Vault on his second channel, Texas Gun Vault 2, where he talks to his fans. I'm a fan of his. I like his channel. Seems like a really down-to-earth, even keel, smart dude. And he mentioned something that I had been thinking about too when this thing had come up. And that was, this is kind of like them trying to get rid of the Hughes Amendment, okay, for machine guns. This is all about money with these companies. It's never been about rights. It's been about money. But the Hughes Amendment example really, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking when he mentioned it. There are so many rich, influential people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up in machine guns. Machine guns are better than the stock market. Okay, I was talking to somebody earlier today. I used to have a Cobra M11, a Mac 11 in 9mm with the Mac suppressor. I think I paid $1,500 for the machine gun and $400 for the suppressor back in early 2004, something. I got the paperwork around here somewhere. I got so $1,900. I recently heard somebody go, "Oh, you want to get a cheap machine gun? Get a Cobra M11 or whatever for $10,000." He said, "What? $10,000?" So the investment rate is insane with machine guns, and there are rich people, very rich people, that have their money tied up in that. You think they're gonna let that go and have all of us peasants be able to buy machine guns again for $500? No way. No way. They will use all their money and influence to protect their investment. Second Amendment be damned. They don't care about it. They care about their money. Point is, I think that's what Silencer Central was doing. I think they care about their money, all the money they have tied up in kiosks and all their, if something like that, if they were taken off the HPA, instead of them going, "We're a pro 2A company, we support this," and they apparently they came out with a statement. They tried to say, yeah, they are, but there's paperwork backing up, and there's people that are talking from inside of Congress to pro 2A channels and people and other politicians that are saying, no, they're absolutely lobbying to keep it on there. They support removing of the $200 tax stamp, but they want it to stay on the NFA so they can support their business structure. So instead of saying, we support this, we will adjust fire if this happens and go to a more volume sales to try to make up for that. They say, behind the scenes, they lobby and they do all sorts of this kind of stuff. They lobby against it. I think what they're afraid of, and probably rightfully so, is if it gets removed, if the HPA, the Short Act, the Shush Act, the whatever all that stuff is, and they are removed, completely removed from the NFA registry, that you'll get companies like PSA, you'll get, and I think PSA already makes spreads, you'll get a bunch of companies that will flood the market because now they're much easier to get. The prices will drop on all suppressors, they'll lose their margins, all that other kind of stuff. It's a business move. I had a friend ran a range back in the day. He has since passed. And I remember hanging out there for years. It was in Virginia. And I remember him telling me when Obama was elected. When I moved there, Bush was president. I moved to Virginia. Bush was president. No issues. Obama gets elected. Everybody, in the 2A and at the gun store, we're all bummed out. And he's like, oh, this is going to be awesome for business for me. We're like, what? He goes, anytime Democrats are in office, business booms and goes up because there's a scare, there's a panic, and everybody makes a lot of money. So Democrats in office, which basically your modern Democrat is just a freaking communist. Communist, that's what I'll call them. The communist in office is good for business because there's the panic element there. People will buy stuff on credit cards. They will sell other things to get money for guns. It's, again, it's all about a supply and demand. When their rights aren't under threat, even if it's a perceived threat, people slow down. Oh, I got enough guns. I don't need right now. I need to buy more ammo, or they just stop spending on it all and they go, all right, we got to pay down these credit cards, and then a Democrat comes in or the House flips or the Senate flips and there's threats of this. And because anytime they come in, they immediately start throwing gun legislation like crazy on the wall. It's insane. Anti-gun legislation, I should say. So I think that's what they were doing. It seems like a lot of these 2A communities, not all of them, but there's some out there. And I'm sure there's some that haven't been caught. And if you watch this video, you know who the hell you are. And this could easily destroy Silencer Central's business and put them out of business. Because I was just, like I said, at the gun store talking to some people before making this video, and they were like, hey, they were telling everybody, like, don't buy shit from Silencer Central, man. They try to screw us. Even if it's not real, it's perceived. Perception is reality. It's perceived that they tried to screw us. Okay? But I think a lot of companies that do this, they would rather protect their bottom line than protect their rights and our rights. I don't think they realize that if the rights are taken away, you won't have a business at all. You won't be selling anything. So what are you doing? Anyway, that's kind of my take on the whole thing that happened over the last week with Silencer Central and the Republicans. That's the other thing, them, screwing us over and all that other kind of jazz. Man, let me know, do you think Silencer Central, do you think they're guilty? The paperwork, they were like, oh, well, we wrote the paperwork wrong. I don't know, dude. It looks like you wrote it pretty right. And then to back up people on the inside, Mr. Guns and Gear, that's where I just saw one of his videos. He talked about he has contacts in the inside of Congress and the whole thing that are pretty reliable, according to him. And they said, no, they were absolutely doing that. Absolutely. Trying to cover their ass. Think about it. The other one is what, like Silencer Central, Silencer Shop or whatever. They have those kiosks all over with the fingerprints. What are they going to do with those? Those all got to go away. They get ripped out of all the stores, thrown away. They're useless junk. You don't need them anymore. Maybe for SBRs or something, but not for silencers. And that was their kiosk little fingerprint, thumbprint thing for silencers, for their products. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.